Welcome to mine and Ava's vlog to Tokyo. We were there last December. On the first day, it was just me because Ava was arriving on the next day. When I arrived at Asakusa, I dropped my luggage at the hotel, then headed out for some monjayaki. It was recommended by the receptionist. So I feel like it's something like a savory pancake, and they make it right in front of you on this hot plate. I've ordered a Mentaiko mochi flavor, and I've added extra cheese as well, which was recommended by the staff. I think it's quite nice. It's my first time having it. I would love to go back to have some more other flavors next time. Then I was walking around Asakusa. I've headed up to the tourist center that you could see the Thunder Gate and Senjoji Temple from there. When I was close to check-in time, I headed back to the hotel. When I saw the room, I was like, it's just like the photos. It's as small as it is. The beds were right next to each other, and the toilet was roughly the same size or smaller than a cruise. Then I headed over to Ameyoko for some duck ramen, which was recommended by my friend Annette. I wish I'd ordered a couple more slices of that duck meat, which was really good. Then I headed over to this bathhouse for a shower and just went back to the hotel to rest. On day 2 after Ava arrived, we headed straight over to the Tokyo station as we're here for the animation and cartoon character street to buy some stuff. For lunch, we had sushi at this chained Hokkaido place. The seafood was so fresh, and I think the price was amazing as well. Afterwards, we headed to Akihabara to do some more shopping, and we stopped by a maid cafe for the first time. It felt weird being called princess while we were there. For the rest of the evening, I forgot to film. So here is us having dinner at a izakaya that sells Miyazaki chicken dishes. It was just okay. And of course, to end the night, we have to go to an arcade. I was hoping to get 1 or 2 dolls home from this trip. We also have taken pictures in these sticker photo machines. And finally, at the end of the night, I did get 2 oyster babies to go home. For day 3, we started off the day with renting some kimonos to walk around Asakusa, and we also went to Kabahashi Street as well, where they sell a lot of kitchenware. In the evening, we headed over to Tokyo Skytree because I wanted to see their Christmas market. It's pretty, but it's not the same vibe as UK. For dinner, we went to food court to order whatever we wanted. I had a yam and beef udon. For dessert, I ordered a shaved cheese sundae. Then we headed over to a bathhouse before heading back, which I could recommend this place because we went 2 days in a row. On day 4, it was the day that I looked forward the most because it was our Disney Sea Day. So this is something I wanted to do since a long time ago, and I told Ava about it when we were still students about 8 years ago, and she said like, let's go together. So here we are, finally making my dream come true. So on the day we arrived around 9ish, and the process of getting into the park was very smooth. After we got in, we took a little train ride because we wanted to head over to a roller coaster ride. So we waited 40 minutes for it, and it was quite fun. Afterwards, we saw the alien mochi stand right next to the roller coaster, so we went to queue for it. And this has been my favorite snack in the park. They've got chocolate, strawberry, and custard flavor. Then we headed over to the Fantasy Spring area. We've brought a fast pass for the Rapunzel ride. While we were waiting, we've got a bit of roasted beef popcorn that's unique to this area. When it's time, we headed over to the ride. When we got in, this is the scene I wanted to see, but I thought it wasn't worth getting the fast pass for it because the ride was so short. but better than queuing for 2 hours anyway. When we got out and walked past the Peter Pan ride that was suspended, it suddenly was open, so we headed straight in. And very luckily, with less than 10 minutes, we got onto the ride. And this has been my favorite ride in the park because I thought the visual was amazing, the duration was decent as well. Then we had another snack, and this time we had some chicken legs from Ava's Look. You could tell it's decent. And after having a bit of chicken legs, we headed over to the Arabian Coast area. We've been on quite a few rides in this area as the time for waiting wasn't too long. Right next to it is the Mermaid Lagoon area, so we're headed over there next. So this is the first time that I've seen an indoor area in Disneyland. I thought the interior was amazing. It really felt like we were underwater in a way. There were a lot of rides that are suitable for children in this area. After we then head back to the Arabian Coast area for some curry for lunch, before heading back over to here to the lagoon again to get a sketch done of our like animation side profile. I thought the animation coloring and stuff was cute, but sadly it didn't look like us. But hey, a nice souvenir to take home. We decided to buy another fast pass for the journey to the center of the earth in the mysterious island area. So before that, we were just wandering around different areas around it, taking some nice pictures before we headed back at night. So when we got in, it was roughly maybe like a 10-minute waiting time, even when we got the fast pass. Well, again, at least better than other people. For 2 hours they waited to get on. After the ride, it was time for the on-sea parade, which we enjoyed. And soon after that, the park closed and we headed back for some 7-Eleven dinner before bed. On day 5, we started our day at Nakano because Ava wanted to look at second-hand watches here. We didn't get anything at the end. Then we headed over to Shinjuku and then Harajuku. We were at Cosme for a little bit, so it was their version of Boots to look at beauty and skincare products. Before we headed over to Shibuya, we wanted to go to Loft, which is a chain Japanese place that has stationery, beauty products, decorations, etc. In the evening, we were at Hatagaya as Ava was part of an exhibition. Then we headed over to this amazing Japanese barbecue place for dinner. Love the beef and the deer is even better. On day 6, we took a day trip to Kamakura and Enoshima. It takes about 1 hour and a half to get here. When we got to Kamakura first, we had a look at the shopping street that was right next to the train station. So it includes this very cute Mishifi shop that we visited. For lunch, we had a mixed seafood rice bowl. So this place is famous for its shirasu, so those white fishes that you could see. And then afterwards, we had a bit of dessert. And afterwards, we had a look around the sites. This temple is right next to the shopping street. There are more interesting temples around. There's one that you could wash your money, that you could hope for good fortune, but it was a bit of a trek, so we didn't go. Then we took the tram to head over to Enoshima. This tram line is quite famous because it's part of the manga Slam Dunk's opening scene. At that station, there were a lot of people taking pictures, but we didn't get off. We headed over to Enoshima Station, get off there, and we walked about 10 minutes to get to the main shopping street. It was very windy that day. And when we were there, we saw that there's a light show going on. So we decided to buy a ticket to go and have a look. When we got in, we saw this very beautiful garden has got all these lights up, chandeliers. They've built this light tunnel, great for pictures. And we also headed up to this tower to have a look at night view as well, which was okay. When we got back down, we took the tram back to Kamakura because the trams are quite infrequent, so we decided to have dinner when we get back over. And we had this chicken broth ramen, and I've ordered a little rice bowl on side so I could add soup in at the end to make it into risotto. When we get back to Tokyo, we had some smoothies at 7-Eleven before heading back to the hotel. On day 7, our last full day in Tokyo, we started off the day in Asakusa by having some breakfast here. So it's a Japanese breakfast place that you get to choose your miso soup and your onigiri. The rest of the side dishes are the same. After having our breakfast, we've walked past this taiyaki place that we've been eyeing on a few days. We finally decided to get it. I've got a traditional one with anko inside, and Ava's got a green tea ice cream. And then we kept walking around Asakusa. Later on in the afternoon, we went to Shibuya. It's my first time seeing the famous cross, and Ava was saying it looked a bit different from what she remembered. Then for dinner, we went to this grilled seafood place that you could add extra for cooked crabs. And this place was awful. Please do not go. After that awful dinner, we went to the arcade again for the final time for this trip. Ava finally decided to try her luck on this Chikawa little coin purse. Yay! And she got it with the third attempt. But look how calm she looks. I was like, could you be a bit more excited? If it was me, I would be. Because she did well, so she gave it another shot on this receipt printer that you could print photos. And she got it within 3 tries again. And finally, she's looking surprised. I'm so jealous. I wish I had that kind of skills. And then finally, we went back to our hotel and rested. On day 8, our flight was around noon, so we headed over to the airport after we checked out. Ava's flight was 2 hours ahead of mine, so I said bye to her at the security check. After it was my time to check in, I gone through security check and headed to this lounge that the theme's Japanese antique arcade. They've also got some Ghibli studio posters and drawings on the wall as decoration. For lunch, I had some melon soda, chicken ramen, and toast with cream and red bean paste. Before heading to the gate, I've got some more souvenir, and that's our trip. I'll see you next time.